Although we typically focus on Windows and browser applications for our synthetic testing, one question we often get is, can Login Enterprise measure response times for API endpoints? The answer is yes. How would we go about doing that, you ask? Well, the key is in our script editor tool. Let's dig in and have a look. First, let's start off by creating a brand new script. Because we're not relying on any executables for this particular test, I'm just going to go ahead and name this dummy.exe. We're also going to be taking out the start function because we're just going to be using the functions presented from .NET. We'll need to declare that we're using the system.net namespace. That will give us access to the appropriate HTTP web classes that we need. Within the execution function of our script, I'm going to go ahead and create a new string variable and name it URL. I'm going to go ahead and store our URL for testing within this variable. httbin.org is a great website for doing API tests like this. So we'll go ahead and use this delay URL to introduce about a 5-second delay. Next, I'm going to use our start timer function. Let's go ahead and name it http bin http get. This is what it'll be named in the console when we look at our continuous testing later on. Here's where the fun begins. Let's go ahead and create a new variable called request based on the HTTP web request class. And then we're going to call the function create. And we're going to use that URL variable that we stored earlier. Now that we've created our request and stored it in a variable, let's go ahead and create a new variable for response based on the HTTP web response class. Cool. I think everything's looking good here now. Let's go ahead and stop our timer. And then we'll use the close function to clean everything up. The beautiful thing about our script editor tool is that I can actually use the play button at the top to test this API call before I upload it to my virtual appliance. This is typical with any application that you'd like to record. So let's go ahead and click play, and we'll keep an eye on the debug output at the bottom. Alright, so you can see our start timer for HTTP bin is started. Okay, and now it's stopped, and we've recorded the time. See how it's about 5 seconds? That's expected because this particular API call introduces a 5-second delay. The next thing I'm going to do is save this script, upload it to my appliance, and run a continuous test on it for a few hours. Here's what my continuous test is looking like so far. Check out these peaks and valleys. The peaks mean that my API calls are taking longer during these specific times of the day. For example, a retail customer could monitor an API call for checking out to see if there are any performance enhancements that need to be made. This would ensure my customers have a seamless shopping experience, regardless of the time of day. In summary, we showed that Login Enterprise can be used for more than just Windows and browser-based applications. With the .NET library available to us, in combination with our script editor tool, you can see that this opens up a whole new world of possibilities, including measuring API calls as we showed in this example. For more information about Script Editor, check out support.loginvsi.com. Thanks for watching.